Okay, good morning. Good morning. How the devil are we? It is a gorgeous Monday morning. Just need to clean my glasses before we head off. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Get my driving glasses cleaned and make sure we're all ready. We've got everything we need. We are loaded. We are just leaving the port of Tilbury. So yeah, we're just leaving the port of Tilbury. We are headed to we're heading to Wales this morning. Now, we had a slightly earlier booking time, but we're not going to make our ETA this morning, our original ETA, which was, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. So we're not due to get there till about 12:30. So we are behind time a little bit, but that's no fault of mine. Unfortunately, the unit, the truck went in at the weekend for a full service, so I had to take her in for a service this weekend, and they gave me a hired car, and we picked her up this morning. So I was in there just before 6 a.m. Well, I got there just before 6 a.m. They don't actually open until 6 o'clock in the morning, so you can't get the keys, or they won't sign the truck over to you until after 6. But I was pretty much the first one in there and the first one out, so happy days. Could be worse. There's a few other drivers in there, and their wagons are not even serviced yet or or ready for the day. So I'm quite lucky that mine was done over the weekend. That's not given any major delays, apart from obviously this morning, but it could be a lot worse than that if it wasn't ready. So happy days. So I've just gone over to the port of Tilbury. My trailer was loaded over the weekend, which was brilliant. It was taken in, I think, Friday or Saturday by another driver. I've just picked it up. It's not a live load, thank goodness, and it's all ready to go. So we're all ready to rock and roll. We're strapped up. Curtains are closed, and we've planned our route, and it's about 231 mile trip. Right, so you join me as we stop off for a 30-minute break in services. We're at Telford Services. Telford Services on the M54. Oh, hang on a sec. HGV only. Yes, it is. This way. HGV only. So we're at Telford Services. Let's see if we can find a space. A lovely space. Or space to park at. Oh, it's busy. Or is it not? That's alright. Park there, innit? Park here. Why not, mate? As we can. There we go. Just there, I think. That's alright. Right, so just going to park here. Break. Messed that one up, didn't I? So, oh, we're in. Oh, right. So we're in. Take a 30-minute break. We're on break for 30 minutes, and then we'll make a bit more progress. Oh yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so nice. That is delicious. That is delicious. Go and get 10% off. They're definitely worth it. If you're a driver or potentially going to become a driver, you're looking to lose a bit of weight, you want to control your weight, your sugar levels, honestly, go and take a look. Anyway, I'll stop blabbing on about that. Get 10%. So yeah, we're in a bit of traffic coming out of Tilbury now. So like I said, we'll push on. We'll go and grab a bit of diesel on the way up there, and then we'll take our 45. I'll show you these drinks, and then obviously we'll push on to get our delivery done, get this delivery off, and then basically we shall go from there. Right, let's push on for a Monday morning. Let's go and get our diesel. Let's take our break and then get to our delivery point in sunny Wales, and I will catch up with you very shortly as we make some progress. I'll speak to you soon. Good morning. You join me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you join me on a Wednesday morning. I've got really bad hay fever. My eyes, my nose, my throat. So I'm a bit of a hay fever sufferer today. But you do join me again on a Wednesday morning. We are at the port of Tilbury. We are currently being loaded. It is, what time is it? It's 7:45 in the morning. Been here since just gone 6. We're being loaded. We've got 47, excuse me, reels on the back. And the lovely forklift driver has been helping me with my curtains today, etc. So, very nice guy. Very nice of him to help me. And we're just being loaded. So, yeah. We're off to DHL in Coville. Excuse me. DHL in Coville, and that's where we're delivering basically. So we've got about just under a 3-hour drive up there. We don't need to take a break. However, if we do, I may just take a 15-minute on the way up there anyway, just to grab a coffee. We got some diesel this morning, so we've got diesel this morning, so we're okay there. So we can make some progress, and our ETA is 10:36 at the moment. That's with no traffic, of course, no issues on the roads. But I would say our ETA by the time we get up there, about 11 o'clock. If we take a 15, probably just after 11, but that's fine. That's a good time to get there. I've not been to this DHL before, so brilliant. Right, he's giving me the thumbs up, so I'll get back to you in just a second. All done, mate. Brilliant. So we're just going to move, just checking my brake pressure. Let it build a second, and then we'll move over. I'm going to open the curtains again. I've got to close both. I don't have to, but I'll close them. We're just moving over there, but to close the curtains to get over there, and I'll open the curtains again, do the straps, and then buckle up, and yeah, off we go. So I'm just going to move over here just for a second, and then we'll basically get this load strapped. Using the corners as well, they are required, and ratchet straps are required for the load, which they are for every load. Just put my hazards on for a second. Excuse me. And then, yeah, so I might just stop here. Okay, so just going to go and do the straps up, sort these curtains out, secure the load, and I'll get back to you very shortly. And tonight I'm going to go through just to basically give you a bit more of an insight about everyday tramping. We'll have a chat around it, and to give you more of an insight about being a tramper and what it's all about really. So I'll go into a bit more detail on that very shortly, but let's just get this load sorted, and then we'll get on the road and we'll do a separate bit of content on that. For new drivers and potential drivers to be as well, who are thinking about going to tramping. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. I hope you can see me okay. So, just put my mic on. So, fast forward a day or so. You joined me after we tipped. We was on our way to DHL in where was it? In the Midlands, the West Midlands. We did that job, no problem. It turned out I was there for 2.5 hours for them to tip me. It did take some time. It took some time, all right. Yesterday was a very, very long day, extremely long day. Once I finished there, I had the reload, and I was there for about another 2.5 hours waiting to be loaded. So yesterday dragged. It was another 15-hour day for me yesterday. I'm still suffering with this hay fever really badly. I've taken tablets, I'm blowing my nose constantly. Any tips on hay fever, please let me know, because I've never suffered so much. I really haven't. Clearly the weather changing is having an effect. I'm sure it's having an effect on a lot of people in this time of year. So it's Thursday, and I did say that I'll touch on tramping, the whole topic of tramping. That's what this video is all about, to give you an insight of what I'm doing throughout the week. I've shown you a little bit of reversing, which I will show you some more of, and I want to try and get some footage of tricky reverses really. So it depends on the sites that I go to, will depend on what I do. I'm just sat in the cab here. I'm actually parked at a truck stop this evening. I've got an early start tomorrow. I've got to be up at 3:30 in the morning. I've got 11 hours off tonight, and then I've got a drive up to the Midlands once again, and then back down to the yard for Friday night or Friday evening, Friday afternoon, see what time I get back. Put down Friday, famous last words, and then go from there. But I wanted to touch on the whole tramping situation. So yeah, so I've had questions around this topic, and I want to have a sort of chat with you on the whole topic of tramping, because I've had questions on people thinking about becoming a tramper. People want to sleep in their lorry, people want their own truck, and they're really excited about it, which is great for new drivers, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking it at all. It's what I do, I'm doing it, so everyone's got their own preferences. Now, for new drivers out there that want to go into tramping, they like the idea of having your own truck, which is a benefit, definitely. You kit it out the way you want it, it's your personal truck. That's a benefit. But what's really important is that you understand the logistics behind tramping and the sacrifices that you have to make to be a tramper. Now, firstly, before I went into tramping, I understood the sacrifices that you will have to make to become or to be a tramper. One of the biggest sacrifices you're going to make is not seeing your family as much. Your wife, your girlfriend, your children, your friends. Your social life is not going to be there Monday to Friday. That's the first thing you really have to understand. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you away from tramping. I'm not saying this to turn you off, put you off at all. I'm giving you a real reason of the pros and cons, and this is one of the biggest negatives of being a tramper. Now, for those that are single, for those that don't have many responsibilities at home, who want to earn a good living, save lots of money, I guess, pay less bills through the week maybe, tramping is ideal for that reason. But the flip side to it is you're not going to see your family as much. So if you've got you do need a strong family, strong woman, strong other half to support you and understand why you're doing it. Also, if you don't have that support, it can become very difficult. I'm quite lucky that my wife does support what I do at the moment. She doesn't support everything, she has her objections, if you like, with it, but understands why I'm doing it at the moment. And if you've got a strong partner behind you and they understand why you're doing it, then you'll be fine. If not, it can become difficult. That's what I'd say on that topic. The pros to it is obviously what I just mentioned there, with regards to not paying bills for the week. You can save money. If you're single, you get out there, you do have your own truck, you're given your work, you're in your office straight away. You wake up in the morning, you put your card in, you do your vehicle checks, paperwork, etc. You start work, you're in your office straight away. There's no travelling to work, there's no that's traffic in the morning. Apart from, if you're in traffic, who cares, because you're working, you're earning money. So that's the positive to that. You know, you haven't got to travel to work, you're in your work. The money's good. The money's good as well. That's one thing I'll touch on there. You can quite easily earn a good living out of this. You know, it's up to you how much you want to earn. The overtime at weekends in tramping and general haulage is there as well. So if you're out to make the money, you want to do it for a few years to make money, save money, whatever it may be. Everyone's got their own personal reasons. Financially, it is there. It is there. Every company has different rates, different hourly rates, different week. You know, you get paid weekly in the majority of work in this work. However, you can get paid monthly as well. So the money is there if you want it, and I think I'll touch on maybe a separate video on that side of it soon. Just thinking a way to approach it and obviously explain that to you. So it is there. That's a positive. Now, I'm not saying that tramping's the highest paid job out there. It isn't. I'm sure there's day jobs and night work that pay just the same or just as better, and you do less hours. But one thing I would say about tramping, general haulage, you will learn everything about this industry. You will go to so many different sites. You'll have to learn quick because you're on your own. You have to be organised. You'll become organised. You'll understand what the best routes are to take because you're doing them every single day. And your knowledge on the roads will become, you'll pick that up really quickly. You'll get to a point where you don't need a sat nav sometimes. That is how quick you will pick it up as a tramper. You will pick up knowledge. Your driving skills, I think, will improve because you do come to tricky sites. General haulage, you could be sent anywhere in the country. So I've been to Wales this week, I've been to Bristol, I've been to North Yorkshire today. I'm now going back down south. I'm into Newcastle, Darlington this week. I've been everywhere. Not everywhere, but within reason. So you will get that knowledge and you'll pick up your experience very quickly. You will do everything possible. Whatever the office throw at you, you will do. You'll go to that job and you'll do it the best you can. So general haulage, you could be doing anything from pallets to transporting pallets to supermarket work to construction work to reels, paper reels. Depends on what the contract is with your company you work for. So you'll do everything. You'll learn how to use internal straps, ratchet straps. You'll learn how to you'll just do everything in general haulage that the general haulage requires. So the tramping side of it, if you do tramping, you will learn very quickly because you have to learn very quickly. Now, can it be a lonely job? Yes, it is a lonely job. You're on the road. You will maximise your driving time. You'll do your 9s and 10s all week pretty much. For example, I've done 3 15-hour days this week. I've used my 15. You will, you know, I don't maximise my driving time every day, but you will have days where you do that. It, like I said, depends on the company you work for as well. With tramping, a lot of it is long distance haulage, heavy haulage, just long distance. So you'll cover 300-400 miles in a day, no problem at all. Some companies you may cover more than that. You know, I've covered easily 300+ miles in one day, easily. So there is a lot of driving involved. You'll spend more time driving than anything else. There can be a lot of sitting around at sites. For example, DHL was one that I went to. I was there for 2.5 hours from the tip. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm being paid to sit there on break. However, the flip side to that is when you're sitting around, you know, a lot of people may think when you're sitting around, brilliant, being paid to sit around. However, there's a flip side to that I've learned very quickly. Parking at night time, services. If you're sat around most of the day, your evening gets later and later, meaning less rest for you, less downtime, and less of an opportunity to get a parking space at services. So sitting around is great, but sitting around for too much has a real knock-on effect on your parking situation in the evening. which then forces you to park on a lay-by if you can find one. A lot of lay-bys can be taken as well. So you really have to be on it. When you're sitting there for a long period of time, you have to be asking the forklift driver, asking the office, how long is it going to be? You know, run out of driving time. Is it, you know, roughly how? Communicate with people is really important, because you can be sat there for hours and they forget about you. It's happened to me. So you have to be on their case as well when you go to sites. Some sites have timings and you can't do nothing about that. It is what it is. They'll tip you when they tip you, especially supermarkets. That's out of your control. So just bear that in mind as well as a tramper. I'm trying to think what else to cover really on the whole tramping situation. You know, it's really important that through the week you keep your hygiene up to scratch. You know, I've got, you know, a Ted Baker wash bag, keep all wash stuff in there, toothpaste, toothbrush. I've got all my clothes, spare clothes in my lockers, my towels. I've got my fan on at the moment because it's really hot. I've got my Peppa Pigs. Just kidding, I have got Peppa Pigs. And you really want to make keep your cab tidy. I've seen some trampers' lorries and they're a right state. I mean, disgusting. You want to keep your hygiene up to scratch, because your hygiene can be lost very quickly. You're in such a rush to get up in the morning, get going, because you've got timing to go with. You don't brush your teeth or you don't have a wash. I've been there, done it at the moment, but I always make sure I have a wash. I always make sure I brush my teeth. I always make sure I wake myself up and don't just drive off, because it can be dangerous. So take care of your hygiene, look after yourself when you're on the road, because you can lose control of your hygiene very quickly and very easily. So just keep on top of that, because a lot of people don't, and it's really important you do, really important. It's a bit like being in the army really. You've got to take care of your hygiene, look after yourself. You're independent, you're on the road. The only people that you have communication with is the office, and that's it. When they're not in communication with you, you speak to your family on the phone, that's it. Socialising, you don't have a social life between Monday and Friday, but when you stop at truck stops, service stations, you talk to other drivers. So you will get to know people. Drivers do talk to each other. So there is some sort of social activity there, but you've got to make the effort. One thing you've got to put up with is obviously, which is no matter what line of work you go into, is other road users. You know, there are some terrible drivers out there. Because you're high up, you would notice that very quickly. No matter what time of the day, people will cut you up. No one likes to sit behind a lorry, especially car drivers. They hate it. They'll spin around you, they take you on the inside lane. You won't see them till last minute. Motorbikes, etc. Bear that in mind as well, but that's every line of work, not just tramping. Just throwing that one out there. So I hope that maybe answers a few questions around the whole tramping situation here in the UK as a trucker. You know, you really want to make yourself at home as much as you can, because this is your home Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday if you're working overtime maybe, whatever. So you want to make it as comfortable and as possible really. So it's really important. So one of the biggest things, the bit of advice I would give to anyone who wants to go into tramping as a new driver, whatever it may be, is go in with an open mind. Learn from experienced drivers, but the flip side to that, have your own mind, because there are a lot of negative drivers out there who hate tramping, who hate this industry, who hate this job. They've been doing it for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 40 odd years. They're still doing it for a reason. So they can't hate it that much to a degree. But some people don't know any different, obviously. So have your own mind, have an open mind to tramping, be willing to learn off other drivers, and you'll be absolutely fine. Every day is a learning day in this job, especially tramping. Every day is a learning day. Your mental health, your mind can really go in the wrong direction. You could have road rage very quickly. Someone will annoy you at a site and you're there for hours and it really frustrates you, which can be anywhere, I guess. But because you're tramping, you don't go home every night, you've got to keep your head in the right place every night, because you're on your own. So have things to do in the evening to entertain yourself and look after yourself. It's really, really important, because you're not going home to see your wife, to see your girlfriend, to see your partner, to see your kids when you get a cuddle at night time and you feel better for the next day when you go to work. It isn't that in tramping. If you're very easily strung and you're quite emotional and you're not independent and you're not willing to put yourself out there and learn and be patient, tramping isn't for you. So if you're someone that needs an arm around them all the time because someone's upset you, tramping isn't for you, because you won't be going home at night time to get that comfort. So you need to learn to comfort yourself, whatever means that is, whatever works for everyone. You know, everyone has their own personal ways of dealing with that. So it's really important. I watch films, I watch movies, I watch YouTube. I'll watch other truckers on YouTube. I'll talk to other truckers or lorry drivers if I can, you know. But yeah, it's really important you look after yourself, because your mental health is really important. It really is. Yeah, definitely. But tramping in general is a great job if you can apply everything as I've mentioned. And even if you do it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you want to do it for, you'll learn very quickly. So if you want to learn this job, tramping is the way forward, if you ask me. So I hope this video was quite helpful for you. I'll just show you the actual truck stop very quickly whilst we're here. I'll just show you how tight this truck stop is. I'm on the corner, so I can just reverse back a little bit, swing wide and go straight out in the morning. Let me just show you. So that's the truck stop here, and that's like how tight it is over there. It is a pretty tight truck stop. To show you there. Yeah. It's very small. It is very small. So, lorry, look how tight this is as this driver comes round. Look. That's how close it is. You know, you can't get it wrong. You know, you really can't make a mistake, if you ask me. You know. So yeah. Yeah, so it's really important that you apply everything that I've mentioned. I just wanted to show you that. I know it's random, but I thought I'd show you that anyway. Yeah, let's put that down a little bit because there's something in my eyes. So yeah, it's really important you apply all that. You'll come, but yeah, you know, there's not really much else I can say on it. You'll learn quickly, guys. But have an open mind with tramping if you're going to go for it. I do recommend it as a new driver because you'll learn quickly. I mean, I've gone straight into tramping in my career so far. I've done nothing else, but damn it, I am learning really quickly on the time. I passed my license September last year. I've been doing tramping ever since. I did night work, sorry, I didn't do that. I stopped that, and I worked for another company. I've been doing tramping ever since, and believe me, I've learned very quickly. I've been to every supermarket you can think of. I've learned how to use pump trucks, manual pump trucks, electric pump trucks, RDCs I've been to, you name it, I've done all that now. So I know what to expect when I go to these different sites. I know how they operate. I know the rules, regulations on each site, everything. So I'm learning so quickly in this industry. And for the short period of time I've had my license, I feel like I've been driving for a bit longer than that because I've had to learn so quickly, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you have any questions, comment below. It's only a short video today. I just wanted to give you snippets on my days and where I've not been in great detail in some places because you can't record in all places. You've got to be very careful with that, of course. But hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, comment below. I will respond to you, or get in touch with me on social media, Facebook or Instagram, or just comment on my YouTube video below. I would love to help you. Anything you need, let me know. I'll help the best I can. If there's any videos on tramping you want to know more about, let me know. I'll do a short video on it maybe. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's Thursday, it's Friday tomorrow, and then it's the weekend. And we love our weekends. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Press a little bell icon on your video, on the video, or on your phone or whatever, so you get notified as soon as my videos come out. And once again, before we go, I just want to say I'm very, very grateful for all the support I'm getting. I always say this in my videos because I think it's important that I express that, and it's important that you are aware that I'm aware of your support, and I'm very, very grateful. So thank you for watching all my videos so far, and keep watching. Hopefully you're enjoying them, and there's some sort of value to you as well. If I can do some recording tomorrow, I certainly will do. If not, I'll see you on the next video. I'm on holiday soon, so we'll see what we got coming next. Have a great day. Keep tramping. New passers, pass your license, get yourself out on the road, and hopefully I'll see you on the road very soon. And if you do see me on the road, come and say hi. Take care. Speak to you soon. Be safe.